Hey guys, and welcome back. So today I'm going to be answering as many questions as I can, all in one video here. So you guys have been asking really random questions over the last few days, and I thought what better way than to answer them all in one go. So the first question is, what is a frank? A frank is a four-legged animal that seems to roam around in the back of my videos. So I have two cats from Cats Protection that I adopted last year. One is called Frank and one is called Flynn. Those are the names they originally came with. I was very tempted to change them when I first had them, but I decided to keep them as Frank and Flynn because they were already responding to those names. Do you practice Street Fighter V often? I don't actually play much Street Fighter. I am not a massive fan of Street Fighter, even though I do really enjoy fighting games. I'd probably say Tekken is one of my most favourite fighting games at the moment. Guilty Gear, Bloody Raw, even Psychic Force, Rival Schools. There's so many more fighting games that I enjoy over Street Fighter. Not saying I dislike it, but it's not my go-to fighting game. What made you decide to start your YouTube channel? I decided I wanted to make a YouTube channel back in school when YouTube first came out, and I wanted to do it so that I could get advice from other people on what I was doing wrong sewing wise. While I was in school I worked a secondary job and I literally had no time for YouTube. Then I went to university and I still didn't have no time for YouTube because I was working two side jobs while I was in university. Then I decided I was not cut out for YouTube, and when I finally dropped my hours all into one area, so I'm not in school or uni or in any form of education, and I'm only working one job at the moment, and it's not as many hours that I'm used to, so I'm currently only in work for 45 hours a week, so I actually have time to do a YouTube channel. And I decided to make this YouTube channel just because I have free time. I kind of wanted to showcase making props and weaponry, but I also wanted to make friends. So I know I love gaming, and I know that I get really excited when new games are out or watching anime, and there's just so many things that I enjoy doing, like going to conventions. I wanted to record every convention I went to and then see if people commented and said, oh hey, that's me, and then I could possibly start a conversation with people with similar interests as myself, and I just wanted to be more social with my life, so that's why I decided to start my YouTube channel. Heroes or villains? I would have to say hands down anti-heroes. I love a good anti-hero story. Like Jackie Estacado from the Darkness is one of my favourite characters of all time. If, however, I had to pick between a hero or a villain, I would probably say the hero class would probably be slightly higher than the villains, just because they usually have more stories going on, and I'm not saying that villains don't really have good background stories, but I feel like heroes just have more relatable qualities. Would you be happy to do more fun challenges relating to fandoms or games? Yes, I would. Count me in. I am down to collab. I am down for fandoms and games, as long as it's a fandom or game that I know about. So if you were to say, oh, let's play a game about cars, I have no idea about cars. I know that they go from A to B, and that's about it. So yeah, count me in. How do you feel about the new Sonic movie? I love Jim Carrey, and I really enjoyed the Sonic movie, and yes, I might be a little bit too old to watch Sonic, but I don't care. It was very good, and I would go see it again. 100% go see it again. Should the UK invest in better flood devices? I don't really have a massive opinion on that because I am not educated enough to state my opinion. And what I mean is, I don't know if the UK takes enough money and passes it out correctly to spread over where is getting the worst floods. So I know that we had a flood a week or so ago, and it was really bad. The town was completely underwater. But I don't know if other areas are getting overfunded, and I wouldn't want the UK to take money from hospitals or schools to put into flood devices. So I'm not sure where I stand on that. I'd have to investigate how much money we have coming in and where the money's going out to, because if we were to invest in better flood devices, where is that money going to come from? Would it be coming from a taxpayer, or would it be coming from the NHS, or would it be coming from a school? I can't say yes or no. What is your favourite Pokemon? My favourite Pokemon used to be Jigglypuff. I thought it was hilarious when I was a kid, but it has changed. It is Esper. Esper is so adorable, and it has such amazing strength that it doesn't even know. If you read the description on it, it is hands down my favourite now. How did you come to love Final Fantasy so much? I feel like this one, I can't really put into words. When I was a lot younger, I was bought a PlayStation for Christmas, and it came with 3 games. It came with Crash Bandicoot, Gran Turismo, and Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII I didn't play for about 6-7 months. I only played it because I'd completed, and I mean absolutely completed everything down to the last crystal or the last gem on Crash Bandicoot. Everything was done. I just did not like the look of the case. It was so blank. It had a logo on it and it was just a blank case. And I looked at the back and it looked like it was just a storytelling game. So I thought, oh, okay, so you're just going to have to read loads of text. And then when the opening scene started, it just blew me away. The graphics were amazing for that time. And I hadn't really seen anything like that before. I then started to love it even more when a girl in my class also played it, and she had nobody to talk to it about, and we became very, very, very good friends over Final Fantasy VII. We used to play at each other's houses and have turns on Chocobo racing. It was interesting, and it brings back so much nostalgia. And it's not just like, oh, it was an average game and I'm nostalgic because I just remember playing it with my friend. It was nostalgic because it was also a great game. I made loads of happy memories from Fantasy VII. But that was like the start of it. I then got Final Fantasy VIII, and I really enjoyed 8 because I was going through hardships during my childhood at that time. And I felt kind of relatable to Squall. I'm not really a massive fan of Squall right now, but back then I thought, yeah, I can relate to this guy. And then 9 came out, and then I went back and hunted down 6, as in Final Fantasy Anthology, and it was just every single game I was going through a different period in my life, and it brings back so many memories. So like when I think of Final Fantasy X, it was when I was a lot older, and it's hard to describe, but I was going up with this guy and he really wasn't suitable for me, and it was like looking into that game and realizing why I shouldn't be in that relationship. Like every single game taught me something in life, and I wouldn't be the same person if I hadn't played any of the Final Fantasy games. And I'm not saying I owe my life to Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy as a series has been there like as far back as I can remember. It's been my friend when I've had no friends, and I feel like I'm getting too deep into this love of Final Fantasy, so I'm going to move on to the next question. I feel like this next question is very similar to the question we had before. What makes you want to do YouTube? I want to be more social. I want more friends that I can bond over with games, anime, movie, conventions. I want friends that I can talk to about geeky things who are not going to look at me like they don't know what I'm talking about, because a lot of my friends in real life, they have no interest in the games I play or this TV series I watch, and that is absolutely fine. We have other common interests, but it would be really nice to talk to people that have similar interests, even if they're conflicting opinions. I'm just missing that conversation of, Oh, have you played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus yet? Oh yeah, have you played this character, that character? I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for Grand Blue Fantasy, but it's high up on my list. But I have nobody who actually wants to buy or play that game with me. Like, even if they don't want to play it with me, but I still don't know anybody who wants that game, and it's quite, I'd say infuriating, but it's not. It's just a game. But it's quite upsetting that I don't have that social aspect of my life fulfilled. So that's why I want to do YouTube, to get more friends and develop genuine bonds with people. Literally, I just want to be friends with people and not just be friends with them because they have the same interest. I want to be friends with people because we have mutual interests, but also can respect each other, like, even if we have different opinions, you know? Just, friendships are hard to come by, especially genuine ones. What is your favourite thing about your career? That I get to drive a forklift. Definitely 100%. My favourite thing about my job is that I get to drive a forklift. That's the only thing I like about my job. Have you played the demo yet? What did you think of it? Yes, I've played the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, and I absolutely loved it. 10 out of 10. Those graphics are amazing. It's how I imagined them as a child, because as a child I didn't see the squares at the time. Those graphics were exactly the same as what they are now to me. If I went back and played 7 now, I'd probably think, oh wow, I don't remember it being this cartoony, this sort of blocky. I would think of it as the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not 100% sure on the combat system because I was hoping that classic mode would actually be turn-based, but it's not. But other than that, yes, I really, really, really enjoyed the demo. Any new games or cosplays you're excited for this year? Final Fantasy VII Remake! I don't know how many times I've mentioned it in this video so far, but other than that, probably Cyberpunk and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Very excited for those 3 games, and I think there's another game coming out, but I can't quite remember what it is. Other than that, new cosplays I'm excited to make or buy or just create. I really want to make Ares, Tifa, Jessie, and I want to finish off my Ordegaran armour from Monster Hunter because I am very excited to get that build underway and sorted. It's just not the right time. The weather is awful and I need dry weather so I can spray paint all my armour. And the last question is favourite ice cream. I don't know if this counts, but mango sorbet. I love mango sorbet. I don't like mango ice cream, but I love mango sorbet. If it does have to be a ice cream, then I probably say cherry. I really, really like cherry, but sometimes I'm in the mood for mint. And it depends what mood I'm in, but usually cherry, as long as it's got those big chunks in it. So yeah. That's pretty much all the questions that you guys have given me that I've managed to catch and haven't been able to reply to because I've been very busy. So if you do have any other questions, feel free to let me know, but I might not be able to reply to everybody and get back to everybody. I might do another video like this in the future, but I doubt they'll have so many random questions. So that's pretty much it for me, and I hope you guys enjoy the 7 Remake because I know a lot of you watching this video have probably played Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let me know what you thought about the 7 Remake. I know I got way too emotional when I played the demo. So anyway, that's it for me. Bye!